Hello, my name is Erin. Welcome to your practice. Today I'm going to take you through a very simple sequence that's going to help energize you and relax you, open you up, expand you with the breath to movement, and then create some relaxation at the end so that you can lay down and meditate in Shavasana. Okay, let's begin. So come to the center of your mat. Toes and heels together. I like to start with this alignment. As I push down through the arches of the feet, I pull the navel into the spine, tuck the tailbone under, lengthen the low back. Starting the practice with several energizing breaths. Inhale, breathe in, lift the arms up, and exhale completely. Inhale, breathe in, fill the lungs up, look up at your hands, and pull that line of energy down through heart center as you exhale. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, hands come down. Now breathe in, lift up, reach up into Tadasana, stretching long through the side body. Point your fingers up, look up. Lengthen the spine, breathe in, fill up. Exhale, take a slight back bend. Keep pushing your hips forward. And then lift up, Tadasana. Draw your hands down through heart center. Forward fold all the way down with a long spine and a flat back. Hands come down to the mat. Ardha. Forward fold. Release the head, hang over the legs. Breathe in, lengthen. Now crouch and curl. Squeeze your knees together as you round the back. Bring your forehead to your knees. Arms straight in front of you. Round the back. Come up on the balls of the feet. Pull the stomach in. Fill up the back. Now push down through the feet as you lift up all the way to stand. We're going to do another one of those. Inhale up into Tadasana. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Now go straight down into your forward fold. Look at your shins. Release the breath completely. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. And exhale, squeeze the knees together, crouch and curl. Hands are straight in front of you. And root to rise. Push through your feet as you lift up. Rise up to stand, Tadasana. And exhale, back bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. All the way down. Look at your shins. Drape the body over the legs. Now lift up halfway. Instead of moving into crouch and curl, plant your hands and step back into a high plank. Hold here. Engage your stomach. You can do it for 3, for 2, for 1. Drop your knees. Pull your elbows in. Lower the chest down, the chin down. Stay here for a moment. Little baby back bend. And then push up into your first upward facing dog. We're not going to do too many of these, but just a nice back bend. Warming up the spine. Push the hips down. Drop the shoulders back. You're on the tops of your feet. And then roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. So take a moment here to pedal out your legs. Walk your dog. Right, left, side to side. Lifting the tailbone high up to the ceiling, a rounding in the upper back. Push down through the palms of your hands. Fingertips are on the floor, spread wide. Peace sign fingers facing forward. Pointing your elbows downward slightly. Drishti, your focus is at your knees or maybe even your navel. And breathe here. Now walk your hands or your feet towards your hands And bend your knees slightly, hugging the stomach into the thighs. And push down, lifting up, rising up all the way into Tadasana. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, Tadasana. Now interlace your fingers here. Release your index fingers. Glue your palms together. This is Kali Mudra. I'll face this direction so you can see better, but it's nice to stay in one plane. Squeeze your elbows into your ears. Pull your stomach in. And just move your body to the right. Push your left hip out and feel the stretch in the left side of your body. The chin is away from your throat, so you don't need to tense up here. Just relax the head, but not resting it. Just keeping it balanced between the arms. So you can push that hip out and down a little bit deeper here. And then come back to center. Straighten the spine. Push the arches of the feet down. Lengthen the legs. And then just move your arms to the left. Push your right hip out over the right ankle. And feel that stretching sensation in the right side of the body. And breathe into it. All right. Coming back to center, I'm going to face forward again. Look up at your hands. Tadasana. Now exhale, forward fold, long spine, flat back. Look towards your shins. Lengthen the spine. Plant your palms. Step your feet back, high plank. Drop the knees, lower down. Chest to chin. Start with a baby back bend here. And push yourself up into upward facing dog. Roll over the toes into downward facing dog. Try to find a static hold here. Not a lot of movement. Use the breath to push into the hips as you lift the tailbone high, engage your thigh muscles, and then bend your knees a lot. Drive your heels back, re-engage your thigh muscles. So feel the legs. Feel the legs. Round the back, push through the palms, spread your fingers, and breathe. Lift your right leg up high, point your right toe, three-legged dog. Draw your knee in, round the upper back, and step your right foot through the hands. Spin your left heel down, push through your feet. If you need to take your time here, first come up on your fingertips, and then you can come up into a warrior one. Look up at your fingers, bend that right knee, breathe in, lengthen the torso. Now draw your hands down through heart center and draw them apart into warrior two. If you need to readjust your feet to have heel to arch alignment in warrior two, try to find some strength in your right thigh. Ground down through the back left foot. The blade edge of the foot should be digging into the mat. Straighten that left leg and push your left hip forward just a little bit, but the torso is over your hips. Look out over your fingertips and broaden the collarbones. Breathe in and sit a little deeper. Now flip your right palm up, stretch forward just a little bit, and reverse your warrior. You can slide your hand on the back of your leg, lengthen the right side of your body. Keep a bend, a nice generous bend in your right knee. Look up at the eye of the elbow. And then come back to center. Now coming into side angle, you can rest your forearm on the thigh, the palm of the hand pointing upward, looking up at your fingertips, reaching up, drawing this line of energy. And you can bring your elbow down, or your eye of your elbow to point down, so that you're getting this nice extension in the left side of your body. Keep drawing that energy apart, sitting a little deeper. And then come back to center. Windmill your arms down, frame the foot. Step your right foot back, lower your knees, drop your chest down, your chin down, and then push up to upward facing dog. And roll over the toes, downward facing dog. We're gonna take a moment here, drop to your knees, and lower the stomach down into a child's pose. Take a moment And breathe. Massage the middle of the forehead into the mat if you can. Try to get the hips up. If you can't find that connection with the forehead to the mat here, lift your hips up, release the chin so you can bring your forehead closer to the mat. Or even bring a block if you have a block, or place your palms here. This is a good place to come and meditate. You can look up through that place in between the eyebrows, like a half moon there. Trikuti Dharana. Breathe and meditate. Massage with the pineal gland. Right. Come up onto all fours. Tuck your toes. Push back into downward facing dog. Readjust your yoga bra if you need to. Drive the heels back. Now lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Moving into the left side. Draw the knee in, round the upper back like you're gonna lunge forward in the starting line, and then step the foot through. Drop the right heel down, so the toes are at a 45-degree angle. The left foot is at 90-degree angle. Push down through the foot and lift up into warrior one. Use the breath to lift you up. Just stay here for a moment, look up at your finger, and draw your hands down. Through heart center, open up into warrior two. Readjust your foot if you need to. This will give you a good distance in the hips. You want to stretch the hip flexors. Work on engaging Mula Bandha, the root lock, to support you. Bend into your left knee, straight back leg. Look out over your fingertips and spread your heart apart. Flip your left palm up, reach forward slightly, and then reverse your warrior. Looking up at the eye of the elbow or at your fingertips. Pinky pointed down, thumb facing up. This turns the shoulder out correctly. And you can feel the stretch in the side body. Keep a generous bend in your left knee, sit low. And then come into side angle pose. Coming into side angle pose, you want to keep some resistance in the back of the forearm and the inside of the thigh, so you can get that nice inner hip stretch here, but not resting your elbow on the kneecap. Always be careful of your knees. Look up at your fingertips. Breathe. And you can bring your hand down a little bit more if you want to. Stand side angle. And then come back to center first. And windmill your hands down. Frame the foot. Step your left foot back. Knees drop. Chest drops, chin drops. And push yourself into upward facing dog. Breathe in, fill up the chest, drop the shoulders back, long neck. And roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Hold here, 3 breaths. Now breathe in. Exhale to the mouth. Drop in deeper when we exhale. Breathe in again. Breath control is key. Now drop your knees, bend your knees, and sit between your heels. Looking into some floor exercises. Get a little bit of a stretch in the thigh muscles. And you can stay here if you want in Vajrasana Hero's pose, fixed firm. Creates this tourniquet effect in the thighs, blocking the blood flow to the knees. But sit up nice and tall. Maybe even push your palms into the bottoms of the feet to create some length in the back. Or you can even go a little bit deeper. Let me move center in the mat so I can show you. If you have the room in your inner hips and your psoas muscle and hip flexors, you can lower down one elbow at a time. But only if your tailbone is on the floor completely. And then drop your head back, relax. Moving into a deeper expression, if you have it, you want to get that deep inner hip stretch. Really opens up, works the psoas muscle. Took me years to get here after having kids. Okay. Bring your elbows up. Breathe in, and then breathe out of the knees. And come up. One elbow at a time, straight up. And then you want to come onto all fours, tuck the toes under, and push up into a downward facing dog. That way you're letting the blood flow right into the kneecaps. You can even walk the dog here. It's great. Letting the blood flow into the kneecaps. Freshly oxygenated blood. Bring your feet together. Sit down on your knees. Lower down on your heels. Ardha Pramasana, half tortoise. Inhale your hands up into prayer. And then hinge forward with a long spine and a flat back. So this is a little bit more than an active child's pose. You're actually rounding the upper back slightly like a tortoise shell, pushing through the blade edge of the pinkies, keeping the arms lifted off the ground so you're engaging the stomach too to pull in and round the low back. So you want to feel like you're hinging and rounding at the same time. That's the space you're creating in the spine here, like a tortoise shell. Push your forehead down, meditate. And as you come up, keep your elbows squeezing into your ears. Pull the stomach in to support the low back as you lift up. So use your core, your abdominal muscles to lift you. And exhale your hands down. Okay. Moving into Ustrasana, camel pose. Now this is a huge front side opener, heart opener. It actually opens up all the chakras in the body. So you want to be a little bit careful, but it's a wonderful posture. It's actually a master posture, back bend. So slide your hands on your back, supporting the low back with the heel of your hands. Pushing your hips forward, actively pushing your hips forward. Draw your elbows together, your shoulder blades come together behind you. Now you can stay here, this is fine, or deeper expressions include opening up the throat chakra, the Vishuddhaki chakra, the voice box points straight up to the ceiling. The stomach and the navel chakra are open as well. So you have the whole front side of your body open. All of the chakras, they align with the endocrine system, so you get this release. Drop the head back even. Look between the third eye center. Close your mouth, hold here. Or you can go deeper, grabbing your heels, keep drawing your shoulders together, push your heart center up, and hold. Breathe through the nose, and see how long you can stay. Come up supported slowly. Sit down on your heels. Keep the head above the heart. And just relax here. Letting the blood flow into the veins, carrying all of those endorphins into the bloodstream. Breathing deeply with the lungs, calming the central nervous system, the body. These are the subtle body effects produced by the practice of yoga. Alright, so lower down onto your bottom. I'm going to do some hip openers just to warm up the inner hips and thighs, and then we'll wind down. So as you can tell, we're opening up the body with the breath. We're opening up the body with the chakras and the back bends, and then we're going to open up the inner hips too, because a lot of energy can be stored there, and when it's released, you can let go of a lot of stress and tension that you're holding and pushing downward. So as you bring your heel into the groin, try to bring the heel high into the groin, so you're actually plugging the heel into the pubic bone or underneath it. So you're engaging the Mula Bandha, the root lock, the pelvic floor to lift you up. Inhale your hands up, interlock your fingers, tuck your chin, and then round down over the leg. If you can grab the foot, that's great. If you can bring your forehead to your knee, that's great. If you need to bend your knee, that's fine too, to get that grip under the ball of the foot and get that rounding of the back. Another opportunity to massage the pineal gland, making that connection right there in the third eye center. And then you can work the legs straight over time. And this nice forward round. Make sure you pull your toes back, stretch the Achilles tendon, and then come up and switch sides. The right heel comes in, same thing, into the groin. This is actually a mudra, Janu Shirshasana. Pull the stomach in, the torso's over the thigh. As you tuck your chin in, round down, make your adjustments, bend your knee, whatever you need to do, pull those toes back. And then come up. Both legs out in front of you, a forward fold. So this is a hinge, not a round. So you want to actively reach forward with the fingers. You can grab the feet. You can grab your big toes, toe lock. Pull all 10 toes back. As best you can, get the backs of the legs down so the legs are straight. If you need to sit up nice and tall, you want to lengthen the low back. So maybe you can pull your elbows backwards towards your hips. Pull your shoulder blades apart, long neck, lead with the chin. So you're not looking at your shins, you're looking more towards your toes, like you're gonna bite your toes. And then eventually you can lower the stomach all the way down to the thighs. I'm not so concerned about keeping my legs straight here because I have a natural bend in my knees, tight hamstrings. So you shouldn't be too. It's all good if you just wanna fold over your legs and relax. It's fine. Breathe. And then come out. Okay. Let's bring our knees in, hug them into center. And then we'll move our way into a little bit more of spine exercises. So you can walk into your plank and hold here. Lower the knees down, lower the chest down, lower the chin down. And then push into an upward facing dog. First, just another back bend. And round into your downward facing dog. Taking your time here, pull the stomach in. This is our last downward facing dog. It's just a transition to reset and get the head below the heart again. Bring your right leg up and then bring your foot in towards your left wrist into pigeon. So your right knee is at your right elbow or your right wrist and your foot is at the left wrist. You can actually position your leg however you want. As long as your left hip is pointed more downward towards the floor, untuck your toes as you lower the leg down straight. You can drop the right hip down. You can really open up your inner hip and get a nice stretch in the right side. And then lower down. Coming onto your elbows is fine. If you can lower all the way down over the leg, it's great. And breathe into the inner. All right, walk your hands up. First, bring your hands to the outside of the leg, just a slight little back bend here. Tuck the toes under. Be careful in the transition here, especially with your hips. And then you can bring your foot back into downward facing dog. I like to actually lift the leg up again here, straighten the leg so I can feel a deeper stretch in the inner hip here as I release the psoas, the inner hip flexors, point your toes back. And then drop your right foot down and meet your left foot. Other side, left leg lifts up, feel that extension, and then draw the knee in. The left knee comes to the left elbow as it lowers down. The foot comes at the wrist. Drop the right hip down, untuck the right toes, push the hips downward. You can feel these nice little releases in the inner hip flexors here. Getting a deeper stretch in the inner hips. Drop the shoulders back first, back bend, And then slowly come down and bring your forearms to the mat. Or you can come all the way down, resting your forehead on the mat. Breathe into the back and let it go. The more you can breathe in, fill up those places in the body, filling them with energy, with akasha, space. Prana is a magnetic force that rides in on the breath, and then you fill up the body, creating as much space as you can in between the cells of the body to let the energy flow through, making room for who knows what. All right, a little bit of a baby back bend again here. Fix your bra, tuck the toes under, and come into three-legged dog. Oh, nice release. I don't know if you heard that. So good, so good. Point the toes back, keep the hips square, push through the hands, lift the leg up high. You can feel that stretch in the right leg too as you drop the heel down. And then bring your left foot down to meet the right. And drop your knees. Come into child's pose just for a moment. Actually, let's make this a wide-legged child's pose here. Oh, we can lower the chest down, lower the forehead down. Breathe here. And walk your hands up. And just sit on your bottom. Do a final spinal twist. There's so many spinal twists we could do, but I always love Ardha Matsyendrasana, the Lord of the Fishes, half Lord of the Fishes. Bring your right heel over the left knee. Sit down square on your bottom. The heel of your right hand comes at your tailbones. You want to have long spine, as much length as you can get in your spine. Reach up with your left hand. So you're stretching through the left side of the body. No half measures here. You want to get the full wrap. So I see a lot of people always just go like this. But if you can actually stretch into those places in the body, creating space, akasha, then you can get a deeper stretch and a wrap. So you actually want the back of the arm to come to the outside of the leg and push the knee into the midline of the body. This actually lowers your left hip downward more, getting some more release in the low back and twisting in the sacrum, which doesn't really move because it's fused. So breathe in, lengthen, exhale, twist. Breathe in, lengthen, exhale, twist. And come back to center. Switch sides. The right foot comes underneath your left, heel to knee alignment. Now there's always a modification here. If you can't get that, you can keep this leg straight. So much easier if you can't get your bottom all the way down. But ultimately you want to keep the bottom on the ground. Which hand am I doing here? Okay, the left hand behind you like a second spine. So this arm is straight. Drop the shoulder away from the ear. Reach up, stretch up, and wrap and twist around the outside of the leg. You can grab the knee underneath. You can create vines here. That's fine if you need a little bit more. Breathe in, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Breathe in, lengthen, exhale, twist. Look behind you. Let your eyes guide you. Let the focus, the drishti, guide the spine. Twist, twist, twist. And come back to center. Release the legs. Maybe squeeze your knees in just a little bit. Give yourself a hug. And lower down onto your backs. You can go into Shavasana if you're ready. You can relax here. If you have anything you want to close your practice out with, like a nice little hug in here. I like to do like a double wind removing pose just to hold the knees in, lower the tailbone in, and get a little bit more of a stretch in the inner hip flexors. But you want to keep the spine long. Breathe in. And then push the Apana energy down as you pull your knees down. Nice. And release. You can feel the release in the body. Every little thing counts. All right, relaxing in Shavasana. letting the practice go. It's important to take Shavasana so you can let the practice integrate into the system. And it actually lets the parasympathetic nervous system do its job and counter the effects produced by some of these postures, which stimulate all of these endorphins in the body. And now the parasympathetic nervous system is releasing them to cause this rest and digest response that calms you, soothes you, and helps give you strong nerve tone so that you can handle stress and anxiety better out there in the world. Or if you're stuck in your house and in quarantine, like most of us are, you can handle the stress and anxiety of what's happening in the world today through your phone, which can be more stressful than the real world itself. Anyway, please take Shavasana and relax. Let it all go. Of course, you can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. If you're compelled to stay, stay. If you're compelled to get up, move slowly, keeping the eyes closed. Bring the knees in and drop them over to either the right or the left side, whatever side feels comfortable for you to come into fetal position and relax on your arm just for a moment and breathe. Using your hand to push you up, both hands to help you lift up into a seated meditative state. Keeping the eyes closed, lower down onto your bottom, cross-legged. You can practice your lotus, Padmasana. Just enough to relax, engaging into the breath. A little deeper at the end, so fill up the lungs. Exhale everything completely, letting go of the practice. We're going to breathe in again and release with an Om together. Breathe in. The cosmic vibration that touches everything everywhere. Hands come to heart center. Tuck your chin in slightly. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope that you stayed the whole time. If you did, you're great. Namaste.